السلام عليكم. هاو ار يو؟ ازيكم عاملين ايه؟ النهارده هنبتدي. عندنا جيست مهم جدا. يعني احنا حاولنا نسجل معاه بقالنا فترة. النهارده الجيست بتاعنا مستر لولي كوبتا. هاي سير، هاو ار يو؟
I'm good, Mr. Imad. How are you doing?
I'm fine. معاكم في برنامجكم حاجة مفيدة. الجيست النهاردة عزيز علينا جدا لأن هو واحد من الناس اللي أنا بعتز بيهم شخصيا. اتعاملت معاهم كسايبر سيكيورتي وهو دكتور، وخبراته كتير جدا، وهو يعني من الناس اللي في المجال اللي هنعرف عليه النهاردة. Let's begin with to introduce yourself and your journey in the technology field. As you know, we are talking to
Okay.
youth people, and first we need to know your journey from the start. Take your time, and the mic with you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Imad. Now, I'm someone who is deeply entrenched into both professional and entrepreneurial realms of cybersecurity and information security. Now, audience should not get confused with those two terms, cybersecurity and information security. Technically, they are different, but in day-to-day talk, these two terms are used interchangeably. So don't get confused if I say cybersecurity or information security, they means the same. Okay. So if I talk about myself, I bring on a table a distinct perspective on navigating careers in this ever-evolving field of security, information security or cybersecurity, whatever you say. My journey has led me through leadership roles within established organizations and entrepreneurial ventures where you do everything on your own. You are the peon, you are the CEO of the business. So I have been to both sides. I have been in leadership roles in big corporations and I have had my own entrepreneurial ventures. This equipped me with a profound understanding of both corporate environments and the startup ecosystem. So that is what made me today because I understand the corporate hierarchy and I understand how a newbie works in this field. So throughout my career, I have spearheaded strategic initiatives, mitigated risks, and implemented robust security measures across a spectrum of industries. You name it: aviation, oil and gas, banking, universities, manufacturing industry, medical, hospitality, everywhere. In the span of 25, 26 years, I have worked in all the realms of industry everywhere across the globe. And I think that will come somewhere in our discussion today, what all I have done. So, this practical experience which I carry has refined my ability to provide tailored guidance to individuals seeking roles in corporate settings. Because I know both the sides, I am able to guide students, professionals, how to go about this career, how to go about in cybersecurity field to make their career. Moreover, my expertise in governance, risk management, and compliance ensures that my advice aligns seamlessly with overarching business objectives. Now, if I talk about different verticals of cybersecurity or information security, there are technical fields, network security, your IT security, then comes your things like vulnerability assessment, penetration testing, security analysis, incident handling. Those are more of, I would say, technical fields. But I come from the soft field of security, governance, risk, and compliance, where first thing what you do is you understand the business, how the business runs, and then you identify what are those crown jewels, we call it in our jargon if I use. What are those important things in this business which if go wrong, what will this business do? So when you are in GRC, you understand business more than anybody else. And that is what I suggest to new professionals today. You need to understand business. people, process, technology. Technology is one piece. You need to understand people and process also, right? So, with that, my entrepreneurial pursuits have furnished me with invaluable insights into launching and expanding cybersecurity ventures. I have launched what, three, four ventures till date. As a founder and CEO of successful cybersecurity enterprises, I have confronted market challenges because nobody wants to work with a newbie in cybersecurity. It becomes very difficult till the time either you are a brand or your company is a brand or your product is a brand. It is very difficult to go and penetrate the market. So the first hand experience which I carry positions me as a reliable mentor, if I could say so, for aspiring entrepreneurs looking to leave their mark in cybersecurity landscape. So, in summary, if I summarize that, my dual proficiency as a seasoned professional and accomplished entrepreneur enables me to mentor individuals striving to fulfill careers in cybersecurity. Driven by a fervent dedication to excellence and collaboration, I am steadfast in my commitment to shape the future of cybersecurity professionals worldwide. So that has been my journey in nutshell. I have been on the both sides. So because I understand both the sides of the corporate ladder and the entrepreneurial journey also, I am able to guide the youngsters in the right fashion. If you want to leave your job and come into entrepreneurial journey, I can handhold you. If you want to get into your first job, I can guide you on that also. So that's me. Over to you, Imad.
Thank you, sir. Perfect. You are very fit to our program. So you start
Thank you.
as a student. Do you study business or also or only technical? Your college tell you about technical.
Okay. Neither technical nor business.
Okay.
That will surprise you, and that surprises everybody else. I am a humanities graduate. So, subjects like sociology, political science, public administration, I studied those in my college. Then,
Okay.
later on, when I got into the field, I started learning about technicalities. I started learning about networking. Then, I got into this field of security, and now I'm there.
Yeah, perfect. I think most of them, because the computer and the technology is new era, I think, especially this field. So most of us not supposed to start as a student in this field because it's too many years experience. So it's not all the technology we're old.
Correct, Ahmad. You are very right. In our times, computer science as a engineering stream was not very popular.
Yeah.
Everybody used to say, go and do mechanical, electrical,
Yes.
electronics, but not computer science.
Yes.
Now, like my kids, they are doing computer science. Now, first thing is computer science, first choice, but not in our times. So people like me who are have gray hairs in this industry, we come from different varied backgrounds, and later on we adopted computers and IT and security. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the advantage here that we have a passion because we are go to this field not we are only studied and go so a normal path or something like this. So passion is very important in this field.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My passion is most important, I would say. Even if you are technically not that strong, but if you are passionate about something, you will learn it. When I go out and talk to youngsters, I need to be ready myself. I'll tell you, I worked upon something, that was the year 2008. We are in 24, 16 years back. So analysis of a data, it took us 6 months for 40 people. We worked 8 hours a day. So you calculate the man hours we had put in, and we could analyze that data. Today there is a tool which can analyze that data in 24 minutes.
Yes,
So
and a lot.
technology has changed so much. So when I need to talk to youngsters, I need to learn myself first so that I'm at par with their knowledge of technology, you know. So learning never stops. Learning keeps on going. But I find myself right place, right time. So maybe I was lucky
Yes, yes.
those days,
Yeah.
30 years back.
I consider myself the old too, only 15 years experience, but I consider myself to learn it that way because automation, as you know, and AI and everything, you create videos now and create photos and create all things automatically. Data analysis and
Correct, correct.
a lot of jobs
Today
are.
I don't make my PowerPoint presentations. I use an AI tool. It does like this in 5 minutes,
Yes.
right? So yes, you don't need to put that time and effort today.
Yes, it's somehow good for the youth to use these tools, but it's now it's hard to learn business and understand business, and taking shortcuts, and that's why here we are to talk to them and tell them when they can start and why the business is very well. When you start to use technology, when you have a strong business knowledge, it's better than you are only using tools and it's like for example hackers kids tools using tools for hacking something or access Wi-Fi and they don't understand about anything about the technology of hacking
You
and illicit hacking
you
and call
you are
center.
talking about script kiddies versus
Yes, script kids.
expert hackers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Script kiddie is like my 10-year-old son. You know, whenever he reads something, he crams it, and then you change the order of that question, he'll be muffled. You know, script kiddies are like that. They cram the steps, and if any one protocol is changed anywhere, they are gone.
Yeah.
So you are right, absolutely right, Imad. You are on bang on. The fundamentals are very important.
Okay, let's sort it.
Okay, let us.
Let's sort it.
Yeah.
We are talking now about you first. Uh, Tell me
Okay.
about your turning point. When you in your career you started to say this is what I am. I'm Dr. Ali. I'm the
Okay.
cybersecurity officer, and this is my field. I will continue my life in it.
No, there was no that one day when it changed.
Yeah,
It's the whole journey, you know.
yeah,
But yes, there has been a pivotal moment in my career when I transitioned from a leadership role in large corporation to launch my own cybersecurity startup. First, that was a huge cultural shock. A day before, I was managing a team of 80 people in 18 countries across the region. And today, I am one man army. So that I consider as a turning point for me because my thinking process changed. I had achieved considerable success in the corporate world. I felt a growing desire to pursue my entrepreneurial ambitions and make a more direct impact on the cybersecurity landscape. Because you know, when you are in corporate world, you keep on working in one line, one direction. You don't look outside that straight line. But when you get onto your own entrepreneurial journey, then you look everywhere, and then you learn a lot of new things. So the decision when I took this step of getting into entrepreneurship was not easy. It required courage, determination, willingness to embrace the uncertainty, and more not from me, from my family, from my near and dear ones, because month back they saw a fat paycheck coming in, and this month no paycheck. So even they had to adjust to certain things, but it was a decision that ultimately defined the trajectory of my career. Now, after 12 years, I'm back in corporate world where we are colleagues, right? I'm back in corporate world, and now I understand certain things far, far better than what I used to understand 12 years back when I was in corporate world and I came to entrepreneurship, right?
yes,
So launching my own cybersecurity venture presented numerous challenges, and that is true for everybody. From securing funding to navigating market dynamics and building a talented team. Now, I used to hire people when I was in corporate world also, but that was different. That I realized when I came into entrepreneurship. That time in corporate world, when I was hiring Imad was not coming for Dr. Lalit Gupta. Imad was coming from that company, that big corporate name.
Yeah.
Now, when I'm trying to hire Imad says, "Sorry, boss, I don't want to put my career on stake. I will rather go to a big corporation on maybe a lesser salary, but that will be a calculated risk I would take." Right? So it becomes very difficult to get good team when you are on your own, but it was rewarding also. It allowed me to fully leverage my expertise, creativity, and passion for innovation in a way that was not possible within the confines of large organization. Now, what happens in large organization is you are given one field, one task. You and your team is doing that only. One after another, client, region, everywhere. You are doing the same thing. You are not looking outside that. You are not doing anything innovative, right? Repetitive task. But when you are in your own entrepreneur's journey, you get to do everything. For example, when you are in a corporate setting, let's say you are ISO 27001 experts. So you will be doing that implementation and audit only for everybody. For one client, you will do implementation, for another, you will do audit, but nothing else. But when you are one man army, for one client, you are doing ISO 27001, for another client, you are doing GDPR. For another client, you are doing a VAPT exercise. For somebody else, you are doing a cybersecurity awareness. So you learn a lot of new things. So this so-called turning point which you asked not only expanded my professional horizon, but also enriched my personal growth. It taught me invaluable lessons about resilience, adaptability, and importance of preservation in the face of adversity. In corporate setting, you are in your comfort zone. End of the month, you will get your fat paycheck and you are good to go. When you are on your own, you need to create that paycheck, right? For you and for your team, both. Not only for you, for your team also. So you learn resilience, how to come back if anything goes wrong. You learn innovation, you learn adaptability, how to adapt into new situations, new environment, new culture, with new people, with new challenges. So all of that makes you a better person.
Yes.
So in nutshell, if I look back today, this moment of transition, not only redirected my career path, but also propelled me towards new opportunities, challenges, and achievements. It exemplifies the transformative potential of taking calculated risk and following my passion even in the face of uncertainty. So for me, turning point would be when I jumped from a higher building to a lower ground. So
Yes.
if you ask me the turning point, that I see as a major thing which made me learn a lot of things.
Yes, yes, sir. You are right, very right, because we all says that we all know when you find a job in biggest company, your role is will be very small, and your creativity
Correct.
and chances to put ideas and create something, it's very little. Then you are have your little project, or you work with. Not very good in infrastructure company. You created it
Right,
yourself,
right, absolutely.
so it's a chance to
Because you don't have money on the day one to create all that jazzy things, right? Corporate would have it all built up for many years. So that's the difference. You have to work in those limited means.
yeah, yes. Okay, but as you know, we are talking very young people for the beginning, and not we not need someone to not attend the hierarchy of position and work, and we need to tell them that he need to start small to be bigger, and he need to work with the system first and act this system for a long time first. After he can even create the right ideas and the right image.
Correct. Correct. We'll talk about the challenges. See, for newer generation, they need to understand what do they like doing. If somebody likes to break the systems, he should become a tester or so-called ethical hacker, as the world says, right? If somebody is very good in communication, they should come to GRC, governance, risk and compliance, where they will have to deal with all the stakeholders, make them understand the risk, go and understand the business. If somebody is very good in, managing things, they should go into incident handling, security operations center. So very briefly, that's an advice I can give to youngsters. Look for your passion, look for what you like to do in general life. I'm not talking about cybersecurity. From there, identify what cajoles with that liking of yours, get there. Okay. So you asked me about biggest challenge I've faced in my uh, work area. Every day is a challenge for a cybersecurity professional. Seriously, every day is a challenge. So this I'm talking about the major cybersecurity breach that occurred with a company I was dealing with, or I was leading actually. The breach posed significant threat to the organization's sensitive data, its reputation, and its overall security posture. So everything was at stake. As a leader of the business, not only the leader of the business, I was tasked with orchestrating an effective response to mitigate the damage and prevent the future incidents. So stop this incident and make sure that this kind of incident don't happen again in future. So that was my task. Now, to do that, it required a multifaceted approach that combined technical expertise, strategic planning, and effective communication. Technical expertise to understand the breach and stop it, strategic planning to make people understand what they should not do so that it does not happen again, and effective communication for stakeholders to make them understand what has happened, how it has happened, and how do we mitigate this now. So if I go about the steps, the first step was immediate response. That was to activate the incident response team we had and intimate the immediate actions to contain the breach. So breach happened on couple of systems. Let us contain that there. Let us limit that there so that it does not spread out to other clean systems. So this involved isolating the affected systems, identifying the extent of the compromise, and implementing temporary measures to halt further unauthorized accesses. So that was the first step we took. Then communication and transparency becomes very important. Transparent communication was essential for maintaining trust and credibility both internally and externally. How do you stand tall and talk at that time of negative sentiments? Makes a lot of difference. So you need to use your body language. You need to use your confident face to create that trust and credibility. Then identify the root cause. What happened and what made that incident happen. Once you understand the root cause, remediate and enhance the security controls. So you remediate that root cause, what is happening that, and then you create the immunity in your system. And once that is done, keep on regularly monitoring and improving the controls of security that would stop any of the future occurrence. So by leveraging combination of technical expertise, strategic planning, and effective communication, I was able to overcome this significant challenge and emerge with a stronger, more resilient security posture. Actually, if you ask me, security breaches helps corporates to be stronger in security. So they show you the holes, the paths they can be hacked through, and then you start plugging those. And it makes you more stronger, more secure. So I think I didn't take any names and I safeguarded myself.
Okay.
So that was one of the biggest challenges I could face. It took us around 3 months to come out of it, fully recovered.
Yeah, it's very hard. When have you been 2012 about the first WannaCry crisis virus we faced? Were you infected?
I was in Saudi Arabia. I was in Saudi Arabia.
So, what happened? Tell me.
I was in the middle of the crisis. Middle East was worst affected, and out of whole Middle East, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia was affected like anything. And I was working with the uh, okay, no, I don't want to name it. I was working with one of the large banks
Okay,
in
wow.
Saudi Arabia. We were doing their 27001 and 22301 implementation, and WannaCry happened,
Okay.
and their systems were locked. Those 3 days were havoc. Now, I did not consider that as biggest challenge because that being an American bank, they were ready for something like that. They had their backups in place. They had their spare hardware in place. So we immediately isolated those systems and created a new network for them and up and running in within 72 hours. So I
Okay.
was there in the middle of the storm.
I remember I was lucky to get infected with one of our computers because I work with one retail company, so we have like 20 branches all over the Egypt, and it's happening in one computer, and start sharing with the other, but I do the action and close the server, and I'm very lucky because not lucky for this moment because I lost my half of my salary this day, but
Oh my God.
we we get the data from because
But
you
you
are
learned a lot.
yeah, learn a lot, and we already get the data back because the backup, and we also have like communication center. We can collect the data from the each stores to collect it, and it's fast. But I've learned a lot, yes, and I think it's turning point for all the security field because we have security specialists and each company, and
Absolutely.
it's happening after this accident. And I discovered something, and first time I changed the software because I let them they are using something like ECM communication. It's taking files from store to
Hmm.
store, and when I saw that this file transfers the virus also. So I tried to use one exe game in this middle of this file, and when I
Hmm.
play the tools, it's transferred to the server, and this is
Oh my God.
surprisingly how it's coming. It's supposed to be filtering the XML files or something on database,
Absolutely.
and they tell me that this is we need to change to upgrade this from the application to HTML, I think, software, and this is the beginning of HTML.
Hmm.
Now all of our software working with HTML, and not only the Windows application. So it's very good,
Okay.
and
Okay.
it's very bad. So tell me, how you still motivated all the time, and maybe something routine happened, and maybe same challenge you faced. How you are motivated?
See, you need to define some formula for you when you are working in I'm talking about cybersecurity field. That's the only field I know. We see so much of stress. We go through so much of stress. We see so much of negativity if I talk about cyber crimes, because I help law enforcement agencies on that side also. So you see so much of negativity. It can get to your head. It can get to your health. It can take a toll on your health. So everybody needs to have a, I would say, not formula, but something to look upon. For me, it is carpe diem. Carpe diem is a Greek term which means seize the day. So take one day at a time of your life and you'll be good. Don't keep thinking about yesterday and tomorrow. Live in today, live in the present day, and it helped me a lot. Earlier in my career, I often found myself hesitant to take risks or pursue some opportunities which would come to my way because I was fearful of failure or uncertainty about the future. I don't remember now who told me about carpe diem, but since that day, I began to embrace a more proactive approach to both my professional and personal endeavors. Now, if you even Imad, go to my WhatsApp status for last 3 years, Carpe Diem is my status. It is written there. 2021, I changed it, and I follow that day in, day out. Carpe Diem encourages living in the present moment and making the most of every opportunity that comes our way. So when you messaged me for this podcast, I was like, this is the opportunity I should take. That's just because of Carpe Diem. I live one day at a time. It reminds us to seize the day, pursue our passions, and take bold actions to create the life we desire. So Carpe Diem is my mantra, and it serves as a constant reminder to live life to the fullest, cherish every moment, and pursue my dreams with unwavering determination and zest. It has enriched my career journey and brought greater fulfillment and joy to my life. It keeps me stress free. I don't think about tomorrow. I don't think about what happened yesterday. I live in the day. Right. It will help you a lot. And it helps everybody. I have been talking about this a lot. And whosoever I told this, after 6 months, they come back and say, very good. We are following this and we are happy now. So Carpe Diem is my philosophy.